Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I want to do was talk about something that is probably one of the most frequently asked questions that I get on the channel, and that is, hey, Raphael, I'm a residential agent and I'm looking to do more commercial deals or maybe even completely transition into commercial real estate. What advice would you give to be able to do that? So in today's video, we're going to explain if you are in fact in the residential space and you're looking to take on more commercial clientele, or maybe even looking to transition completely to commercial real estate, here are some actionable takeaways that you can use to be able to do that over a period of time. So before we dive in this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you can like and subscribe to this channel. It really does make a difference in the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive right into this episode. All right, so in today's video, we're going to explain if you yourself are in fact a residential agent and you're looking to do more commercial deals or maybe even transition fully into the commercial real estate space, how do you do that? So in today's video, we're going to share 3 ways that you can actually do that and hopefully successfully execute transactions in the commercial space going forward. Now, to start off, probably the not necessarily the easiest way, but probably the best way to do it is just to jump full into commercial real estate. I know this is not necessarily feasible for all people, but this is the way that you can compress the time frame of you being able to operate in the commercial space fully. Usually what I would recommend if you are in residential real estate and you've been operating in there for any length of time, you've probably done some residential transactions. Maybe you've interacted with people who are experienced in the residential space. It may be worthwhile to reach out to people that you've done transactions with and kind of let them know that you're looking to jump into the commercial real estate space and see if there's any way that they can make introductions to any commercial agents they may know. Obviously, if you operate in the residential space, you may have come across some commercial agents in your timeline, just having been in the business for a while. So often reaching out to those individuals is a good starting point. Along with that, you need to go to events where these individuals congregate. So go to the CCIM events, go to ULI, go to all these different commercial real estate organizations. If you just look up commercial real estate organizations online, you could typically find out which ones are in your local area and just start going to these events and start meeting people and start expressing your desire to want to be part of these types of organizations. And then finally, go down the list of different, look at your local business first is a good example. It's a local publication that is in cities across the nation. We have a Louisville business first. There may be a Tampa business first. There may be a, New York business first, whatever that is. And look at the list of top commercial brokerages in your area. And then from there, look them up online, go down the list and try to identify commercial agents to meet with for coffee. And just, again, the outreach technique. Just reach out to them and see if they're willing to sit down with you and talk a little bit about the commercial real estate space. Now, as I mentioned before, this is not going to be feasible for everyone because, as we all probably know, commercial real estate transactions take longer to complete than residential ones, and you will be starting from scratch. So, typically what I recommend people do is they save up between 6 and 12 months of expenses, because realistically, you may or may not close a deal within the first 6 to 12 months. And so I want to make sure that I preface that by saying that you really do have to have some money saved up if you're going to take this approach. But if you can find someone that's willing to take you under their wing and you go full force into commercial real estate, and that's actually what you want to do, then obviously that's the best approach to be able to do that. But again, it comes with idea that you do have to save up money to be able to make that transition as seamless as possible. So that's number one, is to just jump straight into commercial and start networking with individuals that operate in that space. Number 2 is to consider joining a brokerage that actually does both. So there are some brokerages out there that operate both in the residential and commercial space. They may be the same company, but they're split off into different agencies or different sections of the business. But again, that may be something to consider. So if you are looking at your current brokerage and all they do is residential, and your broker has told you that they don't want to deal with commercial real estate, maybe it's worthwhile to start looking at other opportunities in the brokerage space. Now, if you're willing to join a brokerage that does have commercial real estate as a vertical, join that brokerage and then or offer up your services or your help to those individuals who are operating in the commercial space. It doesn't hurt to just ask them and say, hey, look, what type of work do you not want to do? All the grunt work, I will do it for free. I'll make it easy for you to make sure that you get through your transactions. All I want to do is learn from you, right? You want to make this transaction or this the value proposition so powerful that they're willing to extend their help and really just teach you about the business. Along with that, when you do come across some of these opportunities, those commercial opportunities, offer to split it 50-50 with the people who are actually operating the commercial space in exchange for you doing all the work and then just asking them any questions that you may have throughout the transaction. Again, you have to understand that people's time is not free. So if you want to make sure that you do gain as much value as you can from these transactions, and you actually do receive value from these individuals, you have to make it worth their while. And so that's what I typically would recommend to people, is that when you do come across these commercial opportunities, you do offer up a large percentage of that opportunity to an individual, and then just say, you'll do all the work. You just want to learn about the transaction. And most of the time, people would be receptive to that, because it is a limited time involvement. All they have to do is make sure that you understand how to get the transaction to the closing table. And if it does close, then they obviously get a payday out of it. So that would be my recommendation to you. Number 2 is to consider joining a brokerage that does both. And then finally, what I would recommend, if you don't necessarily want to transition to a new brokerage and your broker doesn't necessarily care if you do commercial transactions, but they just won't be able to help you too much in that arena, consider paying for coaching. There's plenty of coaching programs out there. I've got a couple buddies that do have coaching programs. I know Henry Eisenstein has a coaching program for people who are looking to do commercial real estate brokerage in the investment space. A gentleman in Nashville, Tyler Cobble, has a coaching program. Really typically focused towards investing. But, again, there are a lot of coaching programs out there for commercial real estate agents that are looking to expand and grow in their career. Rod Santomassimo, a phenomenal sales coach, and really focused in the commercial real estate industry. So again, taking some of those coaching programs and paying for the information that's ultimately going to help you grow your business is definitely worthwhile. In particular, if you're not at a brokerage that can actually provide that level of support for you. So those are the 3 ways that you can actually expand your business and grow your reach. And eventually, really, if you want to be full-time in commercial real estate, that could be a way for you to do that. Hopefully you gain some value from this video. If you yourself like this channel, please like and subscribe. It does make an impact in our ability to reach a broader audience. Along with that, if you're looking for commercial real estate in Louisville, Kentucky, and surrounding areas, I'd love to be able to help you with your search. Feel free to reach out to me. My number is 502-536-7315, or you can reach me via email at raphael@grisantigroup.com. Thanks again so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.